historian, military historian. I've written 10 books, and one of those books was about a Belgian lady called Augusta Shiwi, and that's why I'm here tonight. It was a quest. It was like the Holy Grail. When I found out the story, I was watching Band of Brothers one night, and there was one scene with a white nurse and a black nurse, and one of the characters asks the white nurse, "Who's the black nurse?" And the white nurse said, "Oh, that's Anna from the Congo." And I thought, no, that's not right. That's not adding up. And so I started to make inquiries. Who was the black nurse? It was Belgium. It was 1944. It was the coldest winter in living memory. It was Bastogne. Who was the black nurse? Nobody knew. It took me about a year to find out. I went to city archives. I went to the media. So anyway, I found out who she was, and then the next quest was to find out, is she still alive? That took a long time to find out where she lived. And I actually I went to all the town halls around Brussels because I heard that she might be living in Brussels. And if she was still alive, then she would be quite old, almost 90. And I went to one in Jet. And the lovely lady at the reception there, she said, "I'll just have a look for you." She said, "Oh yeah, we've got her. She lives here." Oh, no, she's still alive. She said, "Oh yeah, she's there. I'll give you the address." So I went around to the address where that she'd given me, and there was nobody there. But her name was on the doorbell, Augusta Shiwi, and Henri Cornet. Cornet was the man she married. Of course, after about 18 months of being on this case, I was incredibly deflated because I thought she may have died. And then a lady popped her head out of the window. It was an apartment block. And she said, "Can I help you?" And I said, "Yeah, you can help me. Augusta Shiwi, where is she?" "Oh," she said, "she had a little fall. She's just around the corner in the care home." And I got to the care home, and I just walked up to the reception. She said, "Yeah, she's on the begonias floor." And so I went up to the room, and there she was, this tiny woman. And I knew so much about her. I'd read so many diaries and letters that had been written to her and that she'd replied to, that I felt like I knew her. But it was like meeting a film star for me. She was a heroine to me. And so when I established who she was, where she was, that she was still alive, and she was still compos mentis, she was still very sharp, but she completely and flatly refused to speak about the war. And one morning I remember I had asked her, I said, "Augusta, does the name Renée Lemaire say anything to you? Do you know the name?" She said, "No, I don't know her. I've never heard of her." And then as I'm leaving the room, she starts to say her prayers. And she said, "God bless Jacques Prior. God bless Renée Lemaire. God bless Martin." And I'm standing at the door. I said, "You just told me you didn't know." "Ah, yeah," she said, I know Renée, and I knew them all." And then slowly, it was like opening the best book you've ever read and discovering what she'd experienced. So as soon as I got all this information from her, I have a friend who's a better researcher than Sherlock Holmes in the United States, Mike Collins. I've written 6 books with Mike. And I said to Mike, "Mike, can you go back down to DC to the archives and see if we can get something on paper about this woman?" So he went to the archives, and he found after-action reports that mentioned Augusta Shiwi being a nurse. But the real killer was, I was giving a lecture at a college in upstate New York, a place called Albany, and a guy walked into the Aula building where I was giving the lecture. He walked in, he was carrying a huge box, and he walked over to the podium. And I'm looking for security, what's in that box, and he just plonked it down. He said, "That's for you," and walked away. So I gets off the stage, and Mike Collins came running up and said, Martin. I said, "That's Jack Pryor's son, Jeff. He's got all his diaries in here, which talk about Augusta." I started reading everything. We started putting together a dossier. And I sent it to the King of Belgium, who was Albert II at the time. And literally the following day, I get a guy on the door saying, this is a letter from the king, saying, how did we miss this incredible lady? So she received an award, Chevalier Ridder Order from the king. And Peter de Crème gave the award, and she was very pleased with it. Remember, up until this point, we had no media attention, none. I tried to tell the story to the newspapers, they didn't want to know. But then other awards started coming, bigger ones from America. She was made an honorary member of this, honorary member of that. And then we had to go to the Royal Military Museum in Brussels, and the whole press corps was there. She grabbed my hand, she said, it's taken a while, hasn't it, Martin? I said, yes, Augusta, it's worth it. And they were pushing microphones in front of her face, and there were flashlights going off. We counted around 300 photographers at that particular venue. New York Times made her Woman of the Year. The Washington Post nominated her for various awards, and the documentary is made. It won 7 Emmy Awards. Then they start to show it on PBS in America, on Netflix in America, on Amazon Prime in America, and she has her own fan club in the States. When she died 5 years ago, she was buried with full military honours. Her casket was carried by 3 Belgian soldiers and 3 American soldiers. The King of Belgium sent a representative to give a speech. The ambassador of the United States was there as well. This country needs to acknowledge this woman and the things that she did, because she is a great ambassador for Belgium. Belgium has always tried to remain neutral. She was neutral as you get. War heroes are not the guys who go out and kill 50 other guys in a day. There are other war heroes, and she was from the other war heroes. I'm a great protagonist of diversity. I do believe in a multicultural society. I do believe that there is no such thing as race. And I'm trying to hammer home this message to people, if it's in America, the United Kingdom, or anywhere I go. And this is a way of building a bridge for me to show the people of Belgium that there was a woman from here who was a hero, who they should all be proud of. And she shouldn't be, her memory shouldn't be judged on the colour of her skin, she should be judged on her deeds, because she was a nurse. And who are the most important people in the world now? Nurses. And you know, this film, it brings across what it is to care about people. You know, people who hate you, because you know, some of the patients that she had to treat really didn't want to be treated by this black nurse. And you know, she proved beyond any reasonable doubt that, you know, courage has no colour, compassion has no creed, and you know, a hero doesn't have to carry a gun.